Hey, everybody. Hey. Welcome to Business Opportunity Thursdays. My name is Kimbra. I am your passive income diva. And I want to welcome you to our third edition of our Business Opportunity Thursdays. And so every Thursday we come on and we talk about work at home jobs you can start almost immediately to start to make money. Okay. And so every week we talk about a new business that are either looking for employees or a new startup business or any type of affiliate marketing that we have to offer. And so you guys definitely feel free to go back and check those previous broadcasts out. I need to go ahead and post my YouTube link, but you guys can go ahead and check that out from our previous weeks. Of course, last week was Turkey Day, so we elected not to jump on last week, but we are so very happy to be back every week. I get a lot of questions in different groups and different people that we work with about work at home. A lot of people wanting to start jobs so that they can make extra money. And then they get to a point where, we have the holidays. And so everybody's rushing to make a dime. Everybody's rushing to make a penny. So tonight, I am going to talk about a very lucrative business that will allow you to make money on a daily basis. Yes. So if you were to start tonight and get to work, you can have money in your bank account by Tuesday morning. Okay. And so we are going to talk about that tonight. First of all, if you are jumping on live, go ahead and let me know your name and where you are watching from in the comments. I would love to give you a proper hello. And if you're watching the replay, I certainly appreciate you. Right now, most people are watching on the replay. And I want to say definitely try to catch us live. We try to go on late enough so, everyone's home, off of work and, have eaten dinner and kind of settled down for the night. But if you caught us anyway on the replay, we certainly appreciate you checking in. All right. And so I started to do this broadcast on a weekly basis. Of course, it may not be forever, but we wanted to go ahead because a lot of people approach me. I get a lot of inboxes about, not only my businesses that where I offer for people to come on as affiliates, but other businesses that have, that's looking for that as well. Okay. So we wanted to, again, create this little series so people can go back and watch these things. And the good thing about it is not seasonal and it's not a one-time thing. It is an ongoing thing. So if you were to watch these same videos, probably within the next few months, these same jobs would be available again. So feel free to go ahead and watch our replays to get that information. All right. And so today we are going to talk about how you can create six figures in your job over the next 90 days to 6 months and on a consistent basis. Today we are talking about David Allen Capital. And we just want to give you a little bit of information about David Allen Capital. I'm not sure if you guys know, but some months ago we did a business launch. And let me turn this down. Hold on. Some time ago, we did a business launch and we gave you all of the detailed information on David Allen Capital and what we offer. Of course, we offer business capital, right, to established business owners. We offer medical plans, healthcare plans, because we know that it is very hard for our business owners, right, to get healthcare when you're in your business full time. So that's another thing that they offer. Another thing they offer is merchant loans, right? Where, if you go somewhere like to the dentist or maybe some type of home improvement, and basically what happens is you fill out an application at that place of business, and then we'll see if you're basically approved for some type of credit that will go directly towards that merchant. So we have a lot to offer. And the good thing about David Allen Capital is, you don't have to jump through hoops. You don't need collateral. We're not trying to take your car or anything like that. But again, I have placed the link. You can click on that link where it'll give you detail upon detail about what David Allen Capital is all about. Today, what we want to do is we want to talk about how you can become a business funding agent and create within sometimes 7 figures in your business. And so we definitely have agents that are really, really doing it. We also have a bonus that we are offering from now until December 23rd that we're going to talk a lot about as well. All right. And so again, we did tell you a little bit about it. Okay. So who is David Allen Capital? Okay. Basically, and it's so funny because a lot of times, when you go into these groups and you see other people that post about business funding, you have a lot of other people that want to call things a scam. If it's not directly dealing with, Bank of America or Wells Fargo, people want to call it a scam. But if you go to places like where you got your PPP loan, right? And where the SBA go through and get their loan, it's the same thing, right? So basically they are the mediator, right? That is partnered with all of these banks so that we can get you a loan so that you can continue your business. That's all it is. It's the same thing that the PPP loan do, because as you can see, you don't really go to a bank to apply for the PPP loan. You go to a lender, right? A lender who is an agency who serves as a middleman for the banks that actually give you the money, okay? That actually give the SBA the money, all right? And because people don't understand that, they're really quick to call things a scam. Oh, you're trying to scam me, blah, 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 blah. So don't let that discourage you. It's just like anything else. When you're selling a regular product and, not selling a service, people are quick to call you a scam. But know that there are people out there that can use what you have, right? You just have to be consistent and you just have to keep moving and keep trucking, okay? So that's what David Allen Capital is, right? David Allen, who is the owner and founder of the company, decided that he wanted to help himself as a business owner. And, when he went to banks and different things to try to get this help, the banks, basically wanted you to slit your wrist. They wanted to see blood, in order to give you money, right? Because of course they want to make sure that you paid your money back. So you have to put something of value up front in order to get the loan. And I'm sure you guys, those of you who are adults, right, what it takes to get a loan. And so this is the same thing in being a business owner. So he saw a need. So he thought he'd go out and talk to these banks, right? And see, what is it that we can do to get the loans for the business owner. I'm not worried about the homeowner. I'm not worried about the people that want to get a car. We have people that want to run a viable business, right? We have people that are offering things to the world that the world needs to know about. But if they don't have money to get product, if they don't have money to get marketing, what are they going to do, right? And so that was his idea. And so he created his own lane and said, you know what? We are going to do something that will help establish businesses. All right. So just a little bit about it. Yes, we get established businesses the loan. And this is the key thing here, because a lot of people think it's a startup funding. But it is not a startup funding. It's a loan for well-established businesses, say your trucking companies, your restaurants, Luigi's Pizzeria, okay? The Wok Chinese restaurant down the street, okay? So businesses that are open every day, that are thriving, right? But they come to a point where they may have an opportunity, where, they need to get more product or they need more capital that they don't already have, right? And so what we do as an agency is we make sure that they have that running capital on a regular basis. So if we can see that, they're making at least $5,000 per month and it's going right into that business checking account, because remember, we got to have a business checking account, right? If you're a business, we don't use Cash App. Okay. If you're a business, we don't really even do cash that much, right? Because it's hard to track it, right? So, we make sure that you have a business banking account and that money is consistently going in that bank account, right? So that is what our collateral is. Our collateral, or your collateral as a business owner would be proof that you are a business, okay? You are a registered business in your state. You have a business banking account because, of course, if you're not registered, you can't open a business banking account, right? So we don't necessarily have to see your LLC, but we definitely have to know who your business banker is, okay? And so again, once we verify that money is going into your bank and you're consistently making that cash, which sometimes they will only ask for 3 months, and they will verify that, and then they will go ahead and give you the money. Let's make sure we don't have any. Okay, just wanted to make sure we didn't have any comments or questions. And you guys always feel free, if you have a question, please stop me. I'll definitely be happy to ask. Nothing professional about this broadcast. I'm into having a very candid conversation. And so, as I was saying, you have to make sure that company is a legit company, right? So instead of putting up their car, instead of putting up their house as a collateral, they're not really even putting up their business, but we still need to know. All right. And so that's basically the only criteria. The other thing, just to go over it, just very quickly, is you have to have a 450 personal credit score as a business owner. Now, if you don't have a 450 personal credit score, then something wrong. Okay. You don't even need a business if you lower than that. All right. Because that is the lowest of the lowest, right? You have to be in business at least 6 months. That's it, right? You don't have to be in business for 4 and 5 years. Have to produce at least 2 years of tax returns, right? In order for you to get this money. And I think it's so wonderful, right? That he was able to put this together for people such as me and you, so that when rainy day comes, because we know they will come, right? So when those rainy days come, we'll be ready for it, right? We'll have an umbrella that we can hold over our head and say, I'm not going to get wet because I know where I can go to get this funding. All right. So 6 months in business, 450 personal credit score. Let's see what else. Again, $5,000 in revenue. And we ask for 3 months. Okay. We also look for non-sufficient funds. Okay. So if you are a regular business and you're bringing money in every day, there shouldn't be any, insufficient fund fees, okay, where checks were returned or whatever the case may be. Why? Because it's going in your bank account every day, right? So whatever banks or checks and different things are coming through, you have the money there to actually cover it, okay? And that's it, right? And let me see, I think that is all the criteria. And so that gets a business owner up to 25K same day funding. All right. So once me as the funding agent, I send them my link that has my agent number on it, right? So, if you were to join, well, we definitely want you to join. You'll get a customized link that has your agent number on it. So once you send it to the business owner and they apply, that's when, they'll ask for, all the questions and different things like that. Okay. And that's how I'll get credit, right? And that's how I'll get the commission, and which is what I'm going to talk about definitely in a few minutes. All right. And see, once they do that, they'll have them log into their bank account or whatever on, online. And then there's a software that kind of scans it or whatever, just to show that, that business is making the money that they said they are making, right? Again, $25,000 same day. If you do, if they apply before, I think it's 2 p.m., they can get it same day, right? And then to go even further, for the bigger businesses that want to borrow more than the 25K, they get it within 3 to 5 business days. Guess what they need? 4 months in business, $20,000, at least $20,000 in, constant revenue. Okay. That's it. All right. Of course, the insufficient funds. I think you can have maybe two or three over the course of like 3 or 4 months. I would have to double check that. Okay. And at a 550 credit score, again, that's so doable, right? The biggest thing that I find that when I go to business owners or business owners come to me and they want to file to get these loans is they're not making the revenue. Okay, they're not making the revenue. Okay, so you have to be clear before you have all of these people applying just to be applying. Not that you'll be penalized, not that they'll be penalized, but of course, they can see that. So if they continuously see that you're just giving your link to anybody to apply, then you're really not consulting with these business owners. You're not really, communicating what it is that they need to have as far as criteria. One of the things that I do is anybody that is, inquiring about the loans, I ask them a series of questions. Do you have this credit score? Are you making this per month? Can you prove it? Okay, because not only will they have you sign into your bank account online, they may ask for a 3-month statement. Okay, so that also means you need a business banking account, right? So that means you need to be registered. Your business needs to be registered. Okay, we look for viable businesses, people that have taken out the time to go to their state and become a legitimate business. And it's not to say that if you hadn't got there to that point yet, that you're not doing your thing. But eventually, you guys, if you want to be a business and if you want to make the money the big wigs make, you have to do things right. You cannot cut corners and expect to reap the rewards that those businesses are reaping. Okay. So one of the things that I do as a funding agent is I also offer a business package. So if I have someone that comes to me and they don't really know much about it or whatever, and they don't have a business or they need some more I's dotted and some more T's crossed, then I will offer them my package and let them know, this is something that I offer. We can have a consultation, get you set up so that when you get to this point again, you would be able to, you'll be approved. It's just like the PPP loan. Okay, the same thing. They look for businesses that have their stuff together. And if you don't, you will come upon this again where they're literally giving you I would say, and this is my business, I can tell it, but I can say I have gotten almost $100,000 from the SBA. Between the PPP loans, the supplemental loans, because I was able to get the $10,000 grant, and then they gave me another $5,000, right? Because the area at the time that I was living in, it was considered a low income area. Okay, so and the thing is that's when I lost everything. Like, those of you who know my testimony, 2019, I was homeless. I didn't have anywhere to stay. Kicked out of my house because I went through bankruptcy, lost my car, right? So I stayed with a girlfriend. And then after I left the girlfriend, I went to this house. I went to the house that I wasn't used to. It was a little rundown. It was a blessing, though. It was a blessing. Little rundown or whatever. So we weren't used to living like that. But I needed a place to stay because I was homeless. And so fast forward 2 years later, I'm still in the same house. This pandemic happens. So this little rundown house where I decided to do business at, right, blessed me with $15,000 that I wouldn't have even gotten if I didn't live in the house. Ain't God good? I tell you, he is good. Okay, because we don't see it, but he sees it. And so I was really grateful, because if I had lived in the big house that I came out of, I wouldn't have been able to get that extra money. So you never know why things happen. So anyway, I know I went on a boardwalk, but yeah, so getting back to this, you definitely want to have all of your I's dotted and of course your T's crossed. All right, so let's move on and let me share my screen, because we're not going to hold you guys too long tonight. And thank you guys so much for joining. I would like for you to talk to me, but if you don't want to, that's fine. As long as you catch this information. All right. So I hope you guys can see that. All right. So what we have here is with me, as a funding agent for, can't speak tonight, for David Allen Capital. So again, when somebody, hit me up and say, you know what, do you have any jobs available or whatever? Of course, I have my other businesses as well. But, I offer this to people because this is very important, right? If you really want to make a difference, this is the job really to get into, right? To provide people an opportunity to continue their business. And I had this testimony before where when I had my sugar scrub business, I had got a request from a major subscription box company. And I'm sure if I were to say the name, a lot of you would know who it is. And I got an order for 14,000 sugar scrubs. Okay. 14,000. And there was absolutely no way that I could do that. So I had to say no. And then I end up getting out of the business. I had to say no. Why? Because I didn't have the money to come up with all of this stuff. A lot of times people want you to produce the product, then they'll pay you. They're not going to pay you up front so that you can, get all the stuff. They may give you a purchase order, which is a promise to pay, but that's still not money. You got to come up with that money, right? And so things like David Allen Capital will help you with something like that. All right. And so once, you get somebody to click on, or if you are interested, basically you would click on this. Of course, I would ask that you make sure my name is at the top so that I can get credit for you joining. And so that you would fill out all the information. Here's Mr. David Allen here. And you will get all the information on what it is to join. Now, the biggest thing is you make good money, right? You make 3% based on what the business is applying for and what they're approved for. So say, for instance, if you got somebody that was approved for $50,000, right? And let's say you're just starting, you get 3% of that $50,000. All right. So we won't do a whole bunch of math tonight. I'm tired. I don't want to be wrong. So you will get 3% of that. All right. And then if this is your second person applying for a loan and being approved within 60 days, okay, you're considered amped up. It's called being amped up. And so what that means is you've had more than one loan that's been approved within 60 days of each other. And so when you're amped up, everything after that first initial commission that you get, which is 3%, is 6%. All right. So the first $50,000 is 3%. You get 3%. The next $50,000 is 6%. Right. And it's so on and so on and so on. Right. And so that's really good money. Because if you're getting, if you're approaching these businesses, or if you're posting on social media, and once you put it out there, you'll have a load of people that's interested. Of course, everybody won't be approved, but if you could get one or two people out those 50 people that came to you to get approved, then you have money on a consistent basis, right? And then not only getting your personal commission, if you were to recruit someone, like say I recruited you after we talked today, you decided that you were interested in the business, and I recruited you. By the way, it's free to join. Okay, it's free to join. So as long as you have the will to work, don't mind reaching out to businesses and letting them know what you can offer them. I can't see why you can't be successful. Okay, so if you were to come on and join my team, right, and start making money, then I get a percentage of your money. Not your money that goes in your pocket, but you know what I mean. Not your money. I had one guy that signed up under me, and he was like, and so I was talking to his potential customer, right? And So yeah, and I was telling him about residual, whatever. And so he flipped out. Why would I do? I'm like, listen, I'm not going in your pocket, right? I just get a percentage. So if you get a percentage of 50,000, right? I don't get a percentage of yours. I get a percentage of the company's, but it's based on how much you get. All right. So let's just understand that when we're talking about like, residual income. All right. And so who wouldn't want that, right? Who wouldn't want to go and recruit rock stars to be on their team so that you can make money in your sleep? Okay, so that you can make passive income, because while they're out working, you may do something else. And the next thing you know, cha-ching, you have money in your account. Why? Because your teammate is out there doing it. Okay, they're out there doing it. All right, and that's how affiliate marketing in general works. That's just how it works, right? But you have to be willing to talk to people. You have to be willing to go to the businesses and say, hey, you know what? If you ever need business capital, I have a very easy way for you to get it. Here's my card, because we have cards out there. I don't know if I have any in here right now. Xavier. I don't know, he might be asleep. But yeah, you hand him your business card. Hand me one of my business cards on the couch over there for David Allen Capital, the business funding. Yes, right there. It's a blue card. Yeah, hand me that. Thank you. All right, so let me just stop sharing for 1 minute. Okay, so this is the card. Okay, this is a card that I hand out to people. It costs like, you can get like $1,000 for like maybe $100 or something like that. And so unfortunately, you can't create your own card. You have to, you have to go by their approved information. All right, which is totally worth it. Right. And again, you can write it off in your taxes, people. If you spend your money for your business, which you should be doing anyway, you can write it off on your taxes. All right. And so on the back here, if you could see that, I was able to create my own domain. So my company is bailmybiz.com, right? And so basically on the back of the card, you give them information to put down. All right. So there's my agent ID. Let's do it. There we go. There's my agent ID, my phone number, my email address, as well as my domain, which leads to the website, which actually leads to the site that I just showed you. Okay. And so those of you who need this information, I'll be happy to share, if you join my team, because we want to look like a business, right? Although it's somebody else's business, you guys know that I do my 5-day challenges to show you how to brand yourself and not hide behind someone else's product. So this would be the same way, right? You make it yours. You make it yours. And like I said, when I go to different stores or I go to a restaurant, especially the mom and pop restaurants, I go and I order food from them. So why wouldn't they take a card from me, right? You go in there and maybe order a cookie or something and say, hey, can I speak to your manager or someone who's in charge? I don't know if you knew, but, I'm with a funding agency that offers business capital to establish businesses like yourself. Can I leave a card with you, or can you give me your card? Maybe we can talk. Or if I could just leave a card with you that you'll have it in case you get to that point or whatever. Sure, why not? Okay, so I leave my card with them. Hey, a biggest percentage of them don't call you, but some of them do. Okay, so it's about numbers. All right, it's about numbers. And so we hand them these cards and, hopefully they'll give us a call. But the thing about it, if we keep going, the next business, you may take a Saturday morning to go maybe to a plaza or something, walk in each of those stores and say, hey, you can't get a loan from the bank, right? Unless you have a house or a car, right? But I can get you funding where you don't need all of that. And so, if you allow me to talk to you for a couple of minutes, I'll tell you what it's about, or I'll give you my information. You could just go directly to my website and apply there. Okay. 25K same day. That's usually what get them. 25K same day. You can't beat that. All right. So yeah, so that's how I would, get a hold to my customers to give them those keywords, something that'll make them kind of stop in their tracks. Because I know, if I was out there at a brick and mortar, had a retail location, of course I would want to keep that in my back pocket, because you never know. You never know. Okay. And so if you want to join us, I put the link on our description. You can go ahead and click the link to join us. Take a look at it, maybe think about it, give it some time. Half the time I'm not sure why people need to think about it, but I understand. You want to get into something that that would be good for you. That's something that you will definitely make time for. And so, go ahead and think about it or whatever. Once you join, you'll instantly get an email with all the information that you need. Okay. And the good thing about this whole company is they not only offer business funding, but we also offer, again, as we said earlier, the medical plan. Okay. So, and then we offer the merchant funding as well, right? So you don't have to offer anything specific. You can always offer one of the products that we have to offer. We also offer payment processing, right? That's cheaper than Square. Okay. Of course, you have to make a payment up front, and that'll be the only payment you will make, but it's cheaper than Square. Okay. And so when I hit people with that, or they ask, okay, do you guys have any alternatives, to PayPal or any of the ones, I say, well, we offer payment processes. I'll be happy to discuss it with you, if you might be interested. Or for our business owners that need insurance, they go into business full time, they lose their company insurance. Well, we have a plan that's way cheaper, okay, than what you would pay. Okay. If you only go to the doctor once a year, you only pay to go to the doctor once a year, versus when you paying on a group plan, you still pay a lot of money, even though you only go to the doctor once a year. Okay. And then if you are a president of a company and you want to offer your people some type of health care, you only pay a membership fee. That's it. You don't have to pay into it or whatever. And that's the biggest reason why a lot of companies don't hire people full-time, because they can't pay the benefits, right? But if you as a company are with a plan that all you have to pay is like a membership fee, which is literally less than $100, right? And that's annual, okay? You pay that annual fee, you're on the program for that year. And so your people can sign up under your business, right? And they pay for it themselves, okay? If you're sick like me, then you pay a bit more because you need to go to the doctor more regularly versus someone who isn't really ill, right? But they still, when they're working a regular corporate America job, they still got to pay the same fees everybody else pay, whether they go to the doctor or not. All right. And so that is the catchy phrase of selling something like that, right? And so again, we don't want to go into any type of training tonight because y'all know I'll do it. That's just who I am. But again, if you want to get the full information, go ahead and click the link to our, we had a business day again some months ago. And so that link will lead you over there. You can get the information, about the company if you want to learn more about the company and what we offer and blah, 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 blah. Okay. But if you are ready to make money, if you are ready to be on your way to making six figures, then, and there's one more thing I need to show you guys too. Let me make sure I have it. Well, actually, I don't really need to show you. We're offering a bonus, and it started on the 23rd of November, and it goes to the 23rd of December. So let me pull it up just so I can read you the information. And it's called A Ridiculous Cash Bash by Bank Breezy, which is the bank that we work with to get you to 25,000, and the David Allen Capital is our agency that gets you up to $2 million. Okay. And we're having a ridiculous cash bash, and they give us $1,000 bonus, right? In addition to your regular commission, if we fund up to $100,000 in new funding, which is easy, right? Because you could get one person that'll qualify for $75,000. And so all you need is someone else that'll qualify for $25,000, right? All right. So that you'll get an extra $1,000 bonus, and then you'll get $2,500 bonus if you get up to 250,000 in new fundings. Okay. And again, this is in addition to your regular commission. And it started on November 23rd. It ends on December 22nd. All right. Everything will be tallied up. Everything will be tallied up. Or you get both. So if you do the 1,000, okay, the way I'm reading it, you do the 1,000, you do the 100,000, you get the 1,000. You do the 250,000, you get the 2,500, but you get both, which is $3,500. Who wouldn't want that? In addition to your regular commission, which is your 3% or your 6%. Okay, which you're going to have to be at least 6% because you got to get more than one, unless you get one person that get funded for 250,000, right? So that means you're going to be amped up. So that means you're going to get 6% commission plus $3,500. I tell you, can't get any better than that. All right. All right, you guys. I didn't come on to stay long. I just kind of want to, give it to you and log off. Again, I would love for you to join my team. We have weekly training, free training. Again, once you join, we send you everything you need. All the links, all the training videos, everything you need. You just watch the training videos. They literally have training 3 or 4 times a week that you can go to or catch the replay. So we give you all the tools you need in order to make it. You just have to do your part. You just have to reach out to those businesses. You just have to post online and really, really, really tell yourself, right, that this is something that you want to do. And of course, and if you don't do it, you won't make no money, just like anything else. All right. I said, I know for me, I don't want anybody that's not going to do anything. I just don't. I want somebody that's going to go out there, try, get the training, try to learn, and try to do so that we can make it happen. All right, you guys. Well, that concludes our Business Opportunity Thursday for this week. We'll be back next week and every Thursday after that. If you guys can do me a favor, meet me here, right? So we can talk about different ways we can make money. If you was here weeks ago, we talk about how you can make fun cash, right? On Ebates, Rakuten. It's Rakuten now. Okay, I just got paid from Rakuten, okay? Just because I shop, right? So go back and watch those previous broadcasts so you can get that money. Now is the time to get it, you guys. They're giving it away. You might as well catch it. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Peace.